Hey, this is Phil. I'm a top 10 player. I'm a grandmaster in fixed, progressive, and 1v1s. And today I want to show you a game I played. It's 3 players fixed on the classic map with blizzards auto setup. Right away I thought, oh man, this game is going to be trouble because I noticed that not only does South America have a blizzard that gives it one border, but there's also a blizzard that makes it so that North America has one border. I also noticed that I don't have a play on any continent except for maybe North America, but that would be impossible with the green player taking over South America. Blue takes Australia, green takes South America, and I'm left kind of in the middle. So my plan right away is just to prevent the green player from taking North America. So I start adding my troops into North America and fortifying my troops over towards North America to try and delay the inevitable one border, two continent game that green has. And I think I successfully do this here for a while. I noticed right away that blue is trapping their armies. They're not creating one big army on a border like you should do, especially in a 3-player situation. These 3-player games a lot of times are a lot of attacks, a lot of action, and rather quick games. So you definitely don't want to trap your armies like blue did, unless you're doing something like green is doing, where they're trying to take North America all to themselves. And as you can see, I'm preventing green from taking it. It's lessening my chances of winning because green could wipe me out of North America, but if they do that, they almost certainly hand blue the game. And also, if they end up taking the one border, North America, South America early, they'll quickly win the game as well. So you can see green is trying to break into Africa. I think they decide against it at this point. Nope, they go for it. So that's always good to see your opponents fighting. But I need to get something to offset these guys that are getting these one border continents. So I decide to try and take something for myself here, and I decide Europe is the best play because I won't make anybody mad that way. Fixed card games are a lot about diplomacy as well as the technical skills of it. So technically, I could have broken into Africa, and that might have been a better play for me, but then I would have just made the blue player mad. I didn't need one of the players mad on me. So all along this game, I'm trying to get people to help me attack other people, and it doesn't really work out. And right here, I was afraid that green was going to attack me and kill my 20, which would make it really hard for me to win this game, but they didn't do that. So now I am doing just fine because I'm preventing green from taking North America, and I have Europe. As long as they let me hold it, I will have Europe. So in this situation, I would be more than happy just to continue to hold Europe. But you'll see if they let me do that. I'm getting 8 troops a turn, which is the best out of anybody. And I'm just getting my takes in North America at this point and trying to strengthen my borders with Europe. Except for I'm not putting anything on the border with Africa. I'm just preventing people from coming in from the east. I'm getting a little worried that blue is stacking on my border like that, but they probably just see me as a threat. I'm trying to get both people to attack each other and just stay neutral. And they're doing that a little bit, but not really enough for me. Yep, and at this point of the game, I have a bigger income than everybody else, so I'm fine with just holding the game the way it is, preventing North America, Well, I guess blue has a bigger income than me, but I'm trying to keep the game balanced by preventing North America, and blue's only getting another troop or two than I am each turn. They're doing a land grab on this, trying to take more and more and more, but they're letting me hold Europe. So at this point, I'm okay with what's happening. I'm trying to get them to attack green more, thinking maybe we can team up on green, but they are really turtling as much as I am at this point. So I'm trying to prevent them with this threat army of a 30. I don't think that they really seem too threatened, otherwise they might hit me first. And at this point, they break my Europe. So I have a decision to make, what to do with a broken Europe. And my big idea, and you'll see if it works well or not at this point, is to vacate North America, take Europe back just to get income, and then to let these two fight each other. I know that with our incomes, we can outpace green. So neither of us will get as much as green if they hold both borders, but we will both get enough to attack green. I do take Europe back, not necessarily expecting to hold it, but now I have a big army in a 56. I'm telling them to attack green. So what I know is going to happen, and what blue doesn't see here, is that green's going to take North America. So they attack green a little bit, but they pull back. And that allows green to take North America and South America and hold them with just one border, which creates a big problem for both of us throughout the rest of the game. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought they would do. I was trying to force blue's hand to do something more than just turtle. And then here, I'm trying to show them, hey, I'm willing to do my part as well. Let's hit green over and over again and try and whittle down this army and make them do something else besides try to hold North and South America. I even move my army away as at any point in time, either of us could break each other. We could break each other in Africa and Europe. So I'm trying to become good friends with blue so that we can team up on green. Even though blue has more troops, pretty quickly green can take over the advantage doing this. And for a little while, we're good friends here. And everything's good. But green just has this massive army on Kamchatka now. Throughout the game, I try diplomacy. I try to team up on one of them or the other one. And here I'm taking a second turn where I'm trying to show blue, hey, let's attack green together. But then I back off because I don't trust blue anymore. Blue is not doing anything to help me. So you'll see blue, I thought here, maybe they'll do something to attack green. But instead they attack me and then block their army. It's the opposite of what I would hope to happen. And with blue being so big, they could have forced the action. So here I see a moment to do the deadliest trap where you trap someone in Australia. You take these two borders and you guard them so that the player that's trapped in Australia, you can just keep hitting them until they die, and then the North America, South America player and Europe, Africa player can slowly win the game by dwindling down the Australian player. So if I'm blue here, I'm probably unlocking my army and saying, hey, that +2 in Australia is not really worth it, because I'd be afraid. But green doesn't know the strategy and immediately starts attacking me, which is too bad because we could have slowly dwindled down blue and gotten into an end game together. So I was a little disappointed at this moment because I thought, hey, I haven't been able to team up with blue very well, they're not that great of an ally. So maybe I'll be able to team up with green. I moved my 43 over to have green hopefully be trapped where they would have to attack through blue with their big army. And blue did see that, hey, green's kind of trapped there, but I don't know. I think if I were them, I would have unlocked their army so they could come towards me, since they showed that they wanted to attack me next turn. Yeah. And then here, they continue just to manual roll my stack. So now I've tried to team up with both players, and neither player wants to team up with me. And that's really what I wanted to do, because I wanted to advance the game rather quickly. So, we're all willing to be like semi-aggressive. I don't think anyone's, playing a terrible game or turtling too much. But to advance the game, you have to be willing to like weaken one player to the point where, to where you can kill him and get into an end game. I thought about abandoning the deadliest trap here because it's not working. Because green's not working with me at all. They're just hitting me. But instead I said, you know what? I'm still getting troops, and then they're still wasting troops hitting me as well. So I didn't do it. But at some point in time here, I'm going to come up with a different strategy because it's just not working. Blue's actually still in the lead. And here we are just like, I'm trying to get someone to team with me, and green's just hitting me over and over again. I'm trying to talk to blue now to attack green, but he's not talking to me. And I've tried to get green to talk to me and attack blue, but he's not willing to do that either. So I'm stuck in a situation where no one's willing to work with me. And so if I attack blue into one of these bigger armies that are guarding the 61, then I unleash his biggest army. And he just loves Australia. He's devoting a lot of troops just to hold it, even though we both have better situations. They let me hold this for a turn, which I don't know why they did that. But yeah, this strategy is like, hey, I'm just going to sit on the side and, break me if you want, but I want something to happen. Like, I've tried working with both of you, and it's not working out. Blue hits me. Yeah, at no point in time has blue made any major attacks and tried to rectify the situation with the one border, North America, South America. So again, I'm trying to get green to help me. And to green's credit, green does kind of switch back and forth between who they're attacking. So you'll see here, I think that green is gonna go beat up on blue a little bit. I'm not sure why they unleashed the army. I don't know if I'm making this attack, if I'm unleashing the army, because they just broke blue and attacked a bunch of territories. And so I decided not to do anything because I thought that blue might get mad on green. But I unleashed both their armies. They could come and hit green with both their armies if they wanted to. And that's a trick you might want to use, is if you think someone's mad on somebody else, the chances are they're going to hit that person and not you. So if you can unleash both of their armies, green unleashed one, and by me moving over, I unleashed another. So a lot of times when you're playing a game, especially a fixed game, progressive games, there's a formula and there's a strategy, but in fixed games, a lot of times if something's not working, you try something else. That's true of any game. If you're watching like American football or soccer or whatever game, I think the worst thing that a coach can do is see something not working and not make adjustments. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to just like avoid the action and make these two fight each other. And so blue has kind of trapped this 109 over in Kamchatka. And But they have these other troops over here in Africa and Europe. So what I wanted to do was just clear them out. And I have Africa, so blue could still attack me into Africa. But my point wasn't really to gain troops. It was to put these two at odds against each other. And then I try to get blue to attack green, which they do. And they keep them... Nope, they unblock them. They give them their card. I was hoping that blue would put a card block on them. And here's like one of the first major attacks of the game. But it was really just a hit and flee. So now green's asked me to attack blue, but before when we were doing this, they weren't willing to work with me. So I try again, because if it doesn't work, try again. Okay. Now at least it looks like blue is is going to go towards green, and I'm happy about that. But if I hit green through blue's territories, I'm unleashing green's army. So I really have to think about that. You see green here, slow rolls, which I like. And I'm really thinking about teaming up on blue with them. But green's like the most untrustworthy, and I don't think they really understand the situation. And if you notice, they really should have fortified that 10 back, because they can always come through the 21 with the 101, but they haven't given me a good way to attack blue without unleashing their 87 right into me and not really into green. So I just take one spot and I'm telling them, hey, I agree with you, let's attack blue. Yeah. So at this point in the game, it looks like, blue doesn't know what to do. I don't know how often they've been trapped like this. They start building against my border. Yep, and green blocks their army again. So I'm thinking that blue is planning on hitting my 25. So I'm going to make a move here to strengthen that border so I can continue to increase my income. Now blue technically could still hit the 25, and if they had cards, they might get a great roll. And they make a very aggressive move right here. And at this point, I have to think, okay, well, blue's going to hit me, and I'm going to be dramatically damaged from it. So what do I do to try to get them to stop? And green has seemed more aggressive than me and blue. So I'm hoping that if I make a certain move, I'll be able to get blue to attack green with me. He tells me to attack green. I say, cool. And so I make a few attacks here. And then I use my slide rule to attack 30%. I move my whole army over, which is a risk. This is a risk because green could see me as wanting to kill them. But I would think that they wouldn't, because I only hit them with part of my troops. Right here, blue does something that I didn't quite understand. They broke me and then moved over, but it might just be because they lost the 3v1. So I'm thinking, maybe green's going to suicide into me here. I asked them to attack blue, and that's basically showing, hey, I'm still really willing to work with you. I'm not planning on suiciding right now. Green block their army. It's a passive move. They kind of see the end is near. And I want to show blue that I'm still willing to work with them, because I believe that I don't think that green is going to end the game. Not with the way they've been playing, not with the slow rolling and everything. So I attack with 20 and I move out. And I tell blue they can attack. Move out, giving blue the opportunity to move in. And also I like the place of my 29. They did something I didn't expect here, and they attacked with their whole army. So I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they were trying to attack with a smaller amount, and maybe they were just sick of the game. I don't know. Or maybe they didn't realize that I'm just going to break them and win the game here. So I tell them, good game, well played. So after all this, we have a move that basically just gets us in a two-player situation, but I have so many more troops that the game is just over on this turn. When you're in a two-player situation, you want to break all their continents. You want to take as many territories as possible. You want to hit their big stack. I do this all on the way. But I outnumber them so much that it's just one turn and the game's over. As far as these games go, this one was a little bit slower than I'm used to. Subscribe and follow.